In Part 2, we will continue by exploring projects that, had they been completed, would truly have become steel monsters on the battlefield. Heavy tank. Carro d'Assalto P-88 was an Italian heavy assault tank project developed in 1942. The development process was halted at the design and planning stage in favor of more advanced concepts. Progetto CC-55 Mod. 54. In 1954, Captain Quinzio proposed the idea of an armored division composed of two types of tracked vehicles, the Carro da Combattimento combat tank and the Carro per tutto il resto multi-purpose support tank. His concept of the Carro da Combattimento envisioned a 50-ton vehicle armed with a powerful 105mm gun. No prototypes were ever built. Bisonte C-45. In Italy, alongside the production and modernization of American vehicles, a major debate emerged over the development of an ideal future tank. Within this context, Colonel Mario Zinni proposed a project for a compact, low-profile heavy tank that would be easy to maintain. However, no prototype was ever built. In 1966, General Vittorio La Rosa proposed his vision of a tank that could replace the M60A1 in the Italian Armed Forces one that Italy's industry would be capable of developing and producing domestically. The vehicle was intended to feature new alloy armor, a 105mm main gun, and a 600-horsepower turbocharged engine. However, the project was not approved by the Italian Ministry of Defense. In the 1950s, a new heavy tank project was studied, with the vehicle intended to be armed with an auto-loading gun derived from a naval weapon. However, by the time the project was ready, the leading armored powers were already moving away from heavy tanks, as they no longer suited modern battlefield realities. As a result, development was discontinued. In the early 1970s, a trend emerged toward designing tanks with unmanned turrets to improve crew survivability. Italian engineers decided to adopt this concept. The turret of this tank was based on the advanced German KPZ-3, with the Italians further reinforcing the turret armor to a thickness of up to 210mm. To enhance the hull's ballistic protection, a structure similar to a spearhead shape was adopted. Development was halted at the conceptual design stage. After Germany became the first to field the Stuggi 3 assault gun with a fully enclosed casemate in 1940, Italy began developing a similar vehicle of its own. Using the chassis of the Carro Armato M1340ths medium tank as a fixed superstructure, it mounted the 75mm Obustar 75/18 Modello 34 howitzer. This weapon was sufficient both for fire support and for engaging most tanks of the time. With 50mm of frontal armor, the vehicle could, in theory, withstand nearly all of the widely used British 2-pounder tank and anti-tank guns at medium and long ranges. The first Semovente DA75/18 prototype was completed in February 1941. Most Semovente Mi-41 da 75/18 vehicles that saw combat were lost in North Africa, while the remainder were captured by Germany in the autumn of 1943. In April 1942, Italian engineers developed an assault anti-tank gun by mounting a 105mm howitzer on the chassis of the Carro Armato M1542 medium tank. The prototype was completed in January 1943 and designated Semovente DA 105/25 M43. Before Italy's surrender on the 8th of September 1943, 30 vehicles had been built and delivered to army units. All of them later fell into German hands, where the design was further adopted and production continued. Between 1943 and 1944, an additional 121 vehicles were manufactured, SMVCC 56. This project was heavily influenced by the design of the American T-95 anti-tank gun. The vehicle was notable for placing the entire crew within the turret and for its limited turret traverse, with a maximum arc of 60 degrees. It was planned to use many components from the US T-95. However, since the T-95 itself never reached mass production, the project was also cancelled, a successor project to the SMVCC 56. The SMVCC-67 was developed in the second half of the 1960s as part of a cooperative program among Western European alliance countries to create new armored vehicle prototypes. The project was discontinued during the development phase. SM-5CC-64 Hypera. Another project within the SMVCC program, the SMVCC-64 Vipera, was developed to be armed with a new generation 120mm OTO Mailera naval gun. The project was discontinued during the development stage. Controcarro un MK2. This project, by OTO Mailera, was based on design concepts from both American and German vehicles. According to the plan, it was to feature a clip-fed autoloading system that had already been successfully applied to naval guns. Ultimately, development was halted due to its dependence on its theoretical predecessor. When everything related to the MBT-70 program was cancelled, this conceptual design also faded into obscurity. The vehicle was never built. Controcarro 3 Minotauro. This successor project by OTO Mailera was upgraded with a 130mm gun and armor thickness of up to 300 umps. Only a single prototype was ever built.